Today we're going to be making a most unforgettable recipe, these oatmeal and fig cookies. They're a little bit crunchy and they're a lot chewy. It's kind of like a giant fig Newton, but way better. And I really love the whole oats in this, and they're super easy to make, so let's roll on out and get started. We'll need 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of butter, yes, melted is fine, 2 excellent eggs, about half a teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We also want about 1 tablespoon of molasses. This does an incredible amount for both the flavor and the texture of our cookies. Adding this is basically the same as if I used half brown sugar. I just don't like keeping brown sugar in the house because I don't have to. And we're just going to get all of that mixed together. I call this lazy creaming. Normally these recipes call for you just to cream together the butter and the sugar until it's smooth, and then you're slowly adding your other ingredients and whatnot, but I just don't find any of that necessary. In fact, even the lazy creaming probably isn't necessary. I just think it's a little easier to get an even mix this way. Once we like the texture on that, we can go ahead and add 3 cups of flour, which I like to do by weight in this case, so that's going to be about 360 grams. And we're also going to want about 1 teaspoon of baking soda just to make sure our cookies rise to the occasion. And we'll get that all mixed together until it's nice and smooth for us. And really, we could easily add our oats and figs right here. I just didn't want them to get too beat up during all the mixing, so I decided to do it in different stages like this. Once we're happy with our kneady dough, we want to go ahead and add 1.5 cups of rolled oats. Instant oats will work, but you'll get a better texture with those old-fashioned rolled oats. And last but definitely not least, our dried figs. One thing to watch out for is they can have a little bit of dried stems stuck on the end there, so you might want to remove that. We also want to cut these into 3 or 4 pieces depending on how big they are. I wound up using 8 ounces total, which was a great balance of oats to figs. So we'll just get these mixed in with our cookie dough. We don't really need to work this too hard. Everything's already mixed up here. We just need to incorporate the figs and oats into the cookie dough. Now, normally I don't bother with letting my cookie dough rest, but in this particular case, because I was concerned the oats might be a little dry, I decided to even it out and just stash it in the fridge for about an hour. Which isn't enough time to actually chill the dough, but is enough time to hydrate our oats and flour a little bit, which I do think improves the texture. You can chill this overnight, but it will become very hard and difficult to portion out with my favorite portioning device, one of these 2-ounce scoops. Yes, you heard the scoop here first. It's super easy to keep these consistent. Just scoop in and press that hard against the side of the bowl. There we go, nice even cookies without too much effort. With the size of these, we want to do rows of 3 on a parchment paper lined baking sheet. And we'll bake these in a preheated oven at 350 degrees for about 15 minutes or so. The amount of time really depends on how big you made them and how crunchy you like your cookies. Let them go a little longer if you want them crunchier. I like mine chewy, so as soon as I see golden brown around the outside, I go ahead and pull these out. I really hope you've enjoyed today's recipe. If you have, give me a thumbs up below and don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell so you don't miss our future videos. And check out one of our other awesome recipes on the screen now. This has been Graham with a passion for food.